Hello all, and welcome to the first episode of Left of Meta Season 2. We're back, folks. So, as many of you know, this is a series highlighting some pretty good sets that can be good for newer players due to the ease of acquiring them compared to more meta sets like Bosse's Mania, Yolnakrin, and Olorime. Now, these first few videos are going to be a little bit different than normal because these first few videos are going to be about the old baseline sets. Mother Sorrow, Spell Power Cure, Ebon Armory. I'm going to also note here that most of what I'm saying about Mother Sorrow also applies to Leviathan, but I'm not going to make a separate video on them because it's easier for me to do one video on DPS as a group rather than a video on Stam DPS and a video on Magicka DPS. But let me just get this out of the way now. Mother Sorrow and Leviathan are very similar sets. Both of them serve the exact same purpose in your build, and both of them can pretty easily be replaced by a better crit set later down the line. And I'll get more into this later in the video when we talk about the downsides, but for the most part, Mother Sorrow and Leviathan are interchangeable for a Magicka or Stamina character. But with all of that out of the way, let's roll into today's set. This week, we're talking about Mother Sorrow, a set that I have mentioned in literally every other video in this series, so it's about time we got a video dedicated to it. Mother Sorrow is a set found in the Overland of Deshaan, so it can be farmed relatively easily from a variety of sources due to curated drops from bosses, as there is now a limited number of times you need to run a loop around Forgotten Tombs to finally get that Gorem Fire Staff. This set gives the following benefits. At 2 items, it adds 1096 maximum magicka. At 3 items, it adds 657 critical chance. At 4 items, it adds another 657 critical chance. And at 5 items, it adds 1528 critical chance. As you can probably tell from that set reading, this set gives a lot of critical. At gold, it's around 13%. I think it's technically 12.9% if you add everything up, but that is a lot for sets. It also gives a single line of maximum magicka, which, if we're talking Leviathan instead, it is then max stamina in a medium armor set, instead of this one's light. And finally, this is a light armor set, which means it's a lot easier to mix with other sets if you're playing a Magicka DPS. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, with how hybridized sets are right now, there are a lot of Magicka DPS that are running jewelry and weapons of what used to be stamina DPS sets, things like Reliquin, Kinra's Wrath, Sogvin's Warband, while running a light armor set like Mother Sorrow or Bosse's Mania on the body to keep those light armor passives. And because Mother Sorrow is light armor, it makes it really easy to mix with any other set to gain that sort of dual benefit. Unfortunately, Mother Sorrow is just crit, which isn't exactly a weakness, but we have sets like Medusa, which I've covered before, that's roughly the same amount of critical and grants minor force, but it has the downside of being a heavy armor set, so the jewelry traits will want to be transmuted because healthy doesn't do a ton for a DPS, and you're required to wear jewelry and weapons of it, which means if you're wanting to run the Maelstrom staff, you need to front bar. That being said, if that's the only weakness I could come up with, this is a stretch. Mother's Sorrow is good. There's a reason that I made it the baseline set for every other set on this channel for DPS. There are very few dungeon sets that beat it out, and really it gets cut for trial sets most of the time. Combining it with Medusa or trading it out for Medusa. You can trade it out with Medusa if you've got another light set, but most of the time you're fine just running Mother's Sorrow and something else. Crits are good. Crits are very good. And this set is good at letting you get those crits. That is about all we have time for this week. So I will see you all next time. I hope you all enjoyed. Please like if you liked the video, and subscribe if you would like to see more. And until next time, good luck, stay safe, and don't die.